Remember, you always want to use fruit when it's ripe, but in this case you don't want it overripe. And so with these apricots, when you buy them, you want to make sure that you just press lightly, and if you can get a slight indentation with your finger, those apricots are ready to use. And today we're going to make something called albicocche cotte al vino, or apricots cooked in wine. Absolutely delicious, refreshing dessert. And first of all, you want to wash and dry the apricots, and then you see it has that little dimpled line right along the fruit in the center. You want to cut right down along that line, just like that, and then just twist. See? And that reveals the pit, which should come out very easily. So here we have about 1.25 pounds of fresh apricots, and actually I love these dry as well as fresh, and sometimes when I get fresh apricots like this, I'll do dried apricots in my dehydrator. And we're going to cook them in a wine sauce. So in a saucepan, I want to start with a little bit of white wine, about 2 cups of white wine, and I'm just going to eyeball this for you. So any dry white wine will do. So 2 cups in a saucepan. That looks like about 2 cups, and 1/2 cup of sugar. And we want to give this just a little bit of sweetness. I mean, the apricots are sweet as they are, but this is just going to add the right amount of added sweetness, and we're going to create a syrup with this, just a simple sugar syrup. And then to help this along and give it a little added flavor, we want to use some vanilla bean. And I'll bet you didn't know that the vanilla bean comes from the orchid. It's actually the seed pod of the orchid plant, and that's what it looks like, and you can buy it like this. You see in a little tube in your baking section. And we're just going to cut a piece of that and put it in with the sugar syrup. And sometimes what I do is split the vanilla bean, just split it down the center, and that's where all the seeds are, right in the center. And I use that when I want to do cakes and such, and I just scrape the seeds right out. But we're going to put it in just the way it is. So in goes the vanilla bean. And now this isn't going to take very long to do. This is where you have to be a watchdog, because these apricots are going to cook very quickly. So you want to put them in the pan, and it's better to undercook these than overcook them, because if you overcook them, they will be very, very mushy and not hold their shape, and we really want them to look nice. So I think I can get most of them in there. And now what we want to do is just let these poach. Just let them poach until they start to just look a little soft, and then I'm going to take them out. They're ready. I'm going to take out the apricots right onto a dish. And you see how beautiful they hold their shape. You don't want them to be soggy and mushy looking. So you've got to play this by ear. You've got to just watch this. Take them out, put them on a dish to cool, because you're going to eat these cold anyway. This should be eaten cold. And allow now the syrup to cook down. Want the syrup to cook down just till it reduces for a few minutes, and then I'll shut this off, and that's going to be our dessert. And turn that down. Yell when that's about half. This is looking good. I heard you tell me that it's now time to shut this off. So you see, it's just syrupy enough. Not too thin, not too thick. So I'm going to shut this off now and let that cool down. And I'm just pouring the sugar syrup right over the top. This makes a wonderful gift. And just for a little final touch, I add a small sprig of fresh basil. And that's all there is to that.